Plastic straw pollution is a major environmental issue in Australia, which has negative impacts on marine flora and fauna, birds, terrestrial animals, and human health. I set out to explore how this issue can be alleviated in the future through sustainable practices. My name is Kate, and I chose this topic because I was moved by a YouTube clip of a plastic straw being removed from a turtle's nostril.
Okay, I'm filming. You can go for it, Mr. Surgeon. She's going to be so happy. Big belly.
I live on the coastline in South Australia, and as I walk along the beach, I find lots of plastic straws, so I became interested to know what happens to these straws. To investigate this inquiry, I began with a Google search and watched YouTube TED Talks for background information. Then I began with a deeper search using Google Scholar to find journals, articles, and websites, and the Curtin University Library database for some scientific research documents and government reports, while topical news articles were also important to the inquiry. Limiting the investigation to plastic straw pollution, not general plastic pollution, was challenging, while even more problematic was finding information specific to Australia. It was also difficult to find credible sites because the issue was controversial. Several articles were biased with opinions in advertising, so information had to be carefully sieved through. Key findings in this inquiry have highlighted how plastic pollution along Australia's coastline has gradually increased in line with contemporary society's increased dependence on plastic. Plastic straws are now used excessively and contribute significantly to the broad issue of plastic pollution. They are very difficult to dispose of correctly, and even when they are collected with rubbish, they often blow away and litter the environment and waterways. Although a convenient commodity, plastic straws present a serious threat to coastal environments. They break down slowly and never fully biodegrade. Instead, they form tiny toxic microplastics which pollute the oceans and endanger marine flora and coral reefs, such as the Great Barrier Reef. The collective effect of plastic straws is particularly harmful to fish, turtles, sharks, whales, migratory birds, and other coastal wildlife, as they are mistaken for food, causing orifice and intestinal tract blockages or poisoning. The potential long-term effects of microplastics poisoning on human health is not yet fully understood, as statistics are difficult to obtain. In a 2015 study, it was found that the food and beverage industry is responsible for using the most single-use plastic, such as straws, in Australia, so it is most important for this industry to address the issue and investigate sustainable alternatives. Reusable glass or metal straws may help people change their habits, while bio-based sustainable plastic straws could reduce some harmful effects, such as carbon emissions from petrochemical plastics in the environment. Sustainable practices are promoted in Australia through initiatives such as Molly Steer's No Straw campaign. She has produced changes in government laws and policies, such as plans to eliminate the use of plastic straws for all business areas in Victoria and Brisbane City Council, banning single-use plastic straws sold at all council events. In order for change to happen, individuals and corporate organisations, governments and local councils must collaborate in prevention and clean-up operations. Governments must work with marine biologists in understanding the effects of plastic straw pollution, develop laws to limit production of single-use straws, research disposal of straws, impose fines to recover costs of clean-up operations, and work with global teams on finding solutions. This inquiry links well with the Year 7 ACRA content descriptors from Science as a Human Endeavour, which emphasises teaching students to take responsibility for their actions instead of for issues that will directly affect their future. The cross-curriculum priority of sustainability also links well through Systems 1.2, Worldviews 1.5, and Futures 1.7, highlighting how plastic straw pollution evokes responsibility in individuals and communities who are driven to create a sustainable future for the environment and life for generations to come.